All right, moving along. We got the baby crow in. It's time to go for the big crow. So crow pose, otherwise it's known as Bakasana, or there's crane pose. There's a couple different variations. There's also old school crow. There's a bunch of different variations, so let's just try them all, okay? So we can come into them from toe balance. Most arm balance are easier coming from a squat or from a toe balance. Lots of that was covered already in the last program. Think about lifting the heels high, even dropping the elbows to the floor like you're going to go into baby Bakasana. This helps to round the back, to protract, and to get the abdomen engaged. Then I like to pull my elbows out to the side, so I almost create a shelf under the shins, and then bring the hands out. Try to bring the hands wider than the feet, even turn the fingers out. Depending on your wrist, you might want the fingers forward, you might want them out. The higher you lift your heels, the easier it will be to lift and bring the feet together. Again, if you're doing old school Bakasana, you go wide, bring the knees wide, and then you turn the palms out. And then maybe press up. Lift the arms. Maybe you do it on the fingertips. Fingertips lift. Round the back. Tuck the chin, smile, maybe close an eye or two. Lots of variations you can take here. So, those are a couple variations. For another way to do crow is, you see a lot of people bending their arms and staying low. Now, what is your intention here? I guess you could do this. This is not necessarily a bad thing, but you're missing the lift. So, it's just two different things. I like to do the crane. I think it's much prettier than the other one. Yoga's all about being pretty. It's not. Have intention behind the way you're doing it, why you're doing it, and just know that. Know if you're only working your shoulders and the bent arm strength, or notice if you're actually engaging your core and utilizing straight arm strength. That being said, let's work on the float forward. So, if you come to downward dog, we covered this a lot in the basics, Core Connect. So, big inhale, utilize those bandhas we worked on. I like to inhale forward a little bit. Inhale, heels come forward. Exhale, shift back. Now you lift the heels high, bend the knees deep, shift the hips back, utilize the fingers as nothing but a braking mechanism. Think about those spider hams. So, heels up high, knees bend deep. Look at the relationship of my ribs to my thighs. They stay as I float forward. Maybe I float up. There's those pancakes, there's those single leg forward folds we have from the basic program. Keep the relationship of the ribs to the thighs. You're already pretty much set up in downward dog as you float forward. So it's like you're in a crow with your feet on the floor. So just try to maintain that as you float forward. Notice if you keep your feet low or your feet hugged in towards your glutes and your knees down, there's no way you're going to fall over. And if you've done all the steps that come, the strengthening steps that come earlier in the progressions, the child's pose presses, the downward dog push-ups, there's no way that you're not going to have the strength to support yourself after some time. All right, I look forward to seeing what happens for you. Let's do it.